Okay, scan dulu baru 10 orang scan tu. Okay, we have 15 of you here. So basically for today, I just actually want to ask you with regard to one of the main thing that you need to do, which is I will give you about a week. So what you need to do, this is a very simple assignment. As I actually mentioned yesterday, this assignment going to be part of your test. That means you're going to assess this part of your test. Adalah few things yang saya akan assess this one, and then there's another forum yang saya akan lihat. This is actually very simple one. So what you need to do, you need to read the article here. Okay, based on the article, what is the potential of a new startup to venture into fitness trackers and app business in Malaysia? So saya ada bagi awak, this is actually tak panjang pun, basically this kind of article daripada World Economic Forum. Scientists says tracking your steps really make your work more. So kalau you tengok dekat sini, you just need to read this article. Dia dah ada dia punya summary dekat sini, and then they give some of the apps basically being used by many people. Kalau tengok dekat sini, My Fitness Pal is about 1.4 million of users. Okay, oh, this is not user, this is revenue. Okay, so dia punya revenue ni agak besar. That means there's a lot of potential. Even like if you see here, calorie counter, My Fitness Pal ni about 1.4 million. Okay. Okay, so you baca dekat sini, and then dia ada cakap this kind of smartwatch whereby one of the leading wearable fitness device. You tengok dekat sini. Okay, and then so you baca je semua ni. So based on this kind of article, okay, please actually share your thoughts. That means what basically your views or opinion with regard to this one. That means based on the question, I want you to visualize if you want to start a new startup, a new business. Okay, so what would be the potential? That means you kena tahu first of all, in terms of based on the article, the potential is there, and then how it's going to be worked from Malaysia, or if you want to operate in Malaysia. So what are consideration that you need to consider? Okay, so deadline saya bagi masa dalam masa 1 minggu. You kena hantar 5 PM before 5 PM. And then tak banyak pun, which is I actually just request you to write not more than 300 words. So kalau you translate 300 word ni biasa berapa page? Kalau standard 300 words, anyone knows? If you want,
1 page.
Yes, correct. It's normally one, not more, dalam 1 page lah sebenarnya. Satu page tu normally dalam 300 something. Not setengah page kalau you buat one apa, the spacing one, and then you punya space pun one, semua one memang half page. Tapi this is just 1 page. Boleh, guys? Okay, so that's actually the first thing that I want you to think of with regard to this. This is only the question. Nampak senang, tapi I want you to be critical and then be realistic when you sharing your thoughts. Okay, this is very important. And then secondly, kita dah discuss semalam whereby you guys need to start prepare the video. Saya akan nanti, saya lupa nak bagi guide. Cuma the video tu okay, I just actually sharing you my expectation. So the expectation for the video, basically try to make it like a professional video showing your product. Nanti saya bagi contoh, kalau saya ada contoh previous student yang my colors tu, I try to get it. Okay, and then what else? The video shouldn't be more than 4 minutes, and then you must actually describe using NABC dekat belah bawah. YouTube, basically there is description part. So under the description part, make sure you actually describe your apps. Okay, so that one basically going to contribute. Berapa banyak kalau you tengok perasan semalam? This is a group work. Berapa banyak? Hello. You remember tak video? How many percentage is going to contribute for the to the total assessment? Guys? Hello? Hello, can you understand my question?
Ingat doktor.
Ha? Tak ingat, betul-betul. Mahriwe cakap 10, Christopher 10, 10. So it's a lot. Okay, so make sure you focus on that as well. Okay. The good part of it is basically a group work. So please discuss in the group to what extent you could produce the video and it's going to contribute 10%. I think that's all for today's update tu je sebenarnya. Saya nak terangkan this is something yang very important yang saya nak share hari ini, and then by next week we going to have last class pada hari Rabu. Kita akan ada satu kelas. Kelas tu tak ada apa pun sangat. I just actually want to share the main topics that you need to concern, you need to focus for your final exam. Boleh tak? Next week our last class. Next week last week of lecture kan, supposedly. I just want to check. Betul ke tak? Yes. Okay, so next week basically we don't have so much what we call it. I'm not giving the lecture with regard to the syllabus. I believe that the syllabus almost done. However, okay, you actually need to glance through all the topic, okay, and then by next week I'm going to share with you what area or what topics that you need to focus on for your final exam. As I mentioned, okay, I just want to give you how it works for the final exam. Your final examination will be held on the 22nd, okay, and then there are two parts of the final exam. The first part, part A, 60% totally based on a case study. It's going to take about 2 hours. Sebenarnya kalau you jawab betul tak sampai 2 hours pun, hanya ada 4 soalan. There are 4 questions. Okay, and I believe that if you actually read it, the case study, I will give the case study by 15. That means a week before the final exam. So you baca betul-betul. So that means that part A, the case study part, going to contribute 60%. Okay. So basically, saya just bagi you hint je lah. Bagi you hint sebenarnya. This question yang saya share dekat sini, kalau you boleh jawab satu soalan ni, you boleh jawab satu soalan dalam final exam. You faham tak maksud saya ni? Hello? Cuma konteks dia berbeza. Okay, so that means dalam soalan ni tak lebih kurang sama, but more or less the way is actually being shaped, more or less is similar. Okay. So that's why you need to submit this one, and then barulah nanti next week saya akan cakapkan what topic need to be covered for that you need to focus on the final exam. That's part A. Part B are going to contribute 20%. Okay, 20%. There are 2 questions on part B. Okay, and then you're going to select only one, and then each question, only one question, and then it's going to contribute 20%. So in total for part A and part B, the duration for you to answer part B basically 1 hour. Sebenarnya tak sampai 1 jam pun you boleh jawab. But I'm considering the process of you scanning nanti, sebab the process like this, you can scan and then you can upload dalam e-learning. So I'm going to check your work through e-learning. Sebab you tak submit pun kerja you. Yelah, there is no pen and pencil that I need to assess. So you just need to upload your answer on the e-learning. Okay. So we're going to use 2 methods, WebEx and e-learning. So during the final exam, unfortunately, you need to open your camera. Okay, that's why it's good for you to start thinking of how are you going to orang kata prepare yourself for the final exam, especially with regard to the technology, to the medical, to the device yang you have. Okay. Okay, so you must actually make sure your camera is on. Boleh? Okay, so siapa yang ada problem kena beritahu cepat-cepat with regard to that. Boleh. So in total, they're going to be 80% for your final exam and divide by 2. So eventually it's going to contribute 40% for the total assessment for this class. Tapi saya rasa soalan kali ni saya buat paling mudah for this batch. Saya tak expect, but I tak adalah, I don't really put high expectation, but I really need you to actually be more critical when you answer the final exam question. Okay? Okay, so I think that's all. Semua boleh buka kamera, kita tengok siapa yang ada masalah kamera hari ni. Guys, could you please open your camera right now? Ada soalan tak? Ada soalan? Christopher, okay.
Doktor, doktor.
Ya, awak panggil saya ke?
Doktor, nanti next time pun confirm online juga, doktor?
Confirm. Saya tak kata confirm, but I would say that 60% confirm for business students, for AHIPs. That's what I heard lah. From the meeting, they said that for the AHIP students, they're going to be online. Which is saya tak jumpa awak pun lagi. Kalau you ambil subjek, I believe next semester you akan ambil subjek managing new and growing kot, that new based venture. Managing tech venture, if I'm not mistaken. Most probably, I will be the lecturers. Most probably. Simply because this semester Dr. Noraini, but unfortunately lah, Dr. Noraini is going to be retired soon, so I'm going to replace her with regard to that topic. Sebenarnya normally kalau subjek ni sama ada saya atau Dr. Noraini, and subjek lagi satu pun saya atau Dr. Noraini. So since she's retiring very soon, so there is a high chances I'm going to meet you again. If you actually taking subjek, you dah daftar, dah register subjek belum? Dah kan? You have done the pre-registration. So having said that, you ni semua dalam kelompok innovation stream Am I right? So normally for the innovation stream, like myself and Dr. Noraini, normally we're going to conduct some kind of visit during prior to COVID-19 for the past 2 cohorts. That means for the past 2 batches, what we did, we bring the student to Magic, we bring the student to certain organisation, MTDC, kita ada lawatan, kita pergi KL. 2 kali lah kita dah buat gitu for 2 batches. Kita pergi KL, naik bas dan sebagainya. You know, buat pergi visit. But this time around, saya kena fikirkan something for you guys. At least maybe we'll be having a talk later. And not this semester lah, next semester. Kita akan buat talk dengan Magic. We're going to invite MTDC to give a talk. I think you have some engagement with MTDC before. At least those company who are pretty much related with the innovation. For example, like you kena tahu Yayasan Inovasi Malaysia or Platform Venture, and then MIND, Malaysian Industry Government High Tech, and then MDAC, which is all these agencies particularly important in the innovation ecosystem in Malaysia lah. Okay, so that's going to be happen by next semester lah, not this semester because kita pun dah nak habis. Okay, so yang lain-lain mana ni? Akmal Azri, Maris Akmal, Anissa, macam mana ni nanti kalau final exam tak boleh nak buka? Okay. Lee Yuman, Naufal D Dragon, Nurul Izzah, Arfan, Zanita, please open your camera. Okay. So next week saya nak check balik kamera ni simply because I want you to be prepared for the final exam in case you bayangkan you kena buka kamera ni 3 jam tau. 3 jam sepanjang final exam. Betul kan? I mean, that's actually the way it works. Betul kan? How about other subject? Do other lecturers ask you to open the camera as well?
Yes, doctor.
Yes. So I want to check. So make sure you have a very good internet connection. Okay. Saya tak tahulah, kalau saya malah nak semak sebenarnya. I totally based on trust. I know that sebenarnya totally based on trust because I couldn't control in term of the what we call it toyol-toyol. You know toyol? Kalau you ada something toyol, you ada note ke depan di mata you, saya tak ada masa nak check. I'm totally based on trust. Okay. So the most important part is basically you could answer my question well lah. Nurul Izzah, mana awak? Malini tadi macam dah on. Dah off balik dah. Malini. Okay, on dulu. Saya nak test 3 minit sekarang ni. 3 minit. Sekarang saya nak test you boleh consistently open your camera. And then nanti you kena open 3 jam tau untuk final exam. 3 jam bukan 3 minit. Sekarang saya nak test 3 minit je. Okay, because our exam 3 jam. Sebenarnya saya nak bagi 2 jam je, semalam nak lama-lama. Tapi saya considering some kind of hiccup might be happen. Okay, for example, your camera, and then when you want to scan your answer script and you're going to upload that. Okay, so make sure nanti you start, you dah prepare, sama juga macam jawab final exam, prepare meja you macam mana, and then the answer sheet. Atikah mana Atikah ni? Dua-dua Atikah tak ada. Semalam Atikah yang wanting yang ada problem. Atikah next time, okay, nanti guna telefon. Oh, macam mana tu? You ada telefon, lepas tu you guna telefon, you open your telefon. Atikah?
Join dua account.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Tak apalah, saya macam mana nak fikir. Yang penting you open you punya ni semasa final exam, boleh? Okay, Atikah dua-dua ni lagi. Atikah Aliyah ni mana? Okay, so I think that's all yang saya nak pastikan dulu. Atikah ni boleh buka kamera by next week. Okay, so dalam masa 1 minggu, please actually read the article that I have posted on the e-learning, and just 1 page sharing your thoughts with regard to the article given. And then by next week, I'm going to share everything with regard to what we call it, your final exam. Next week will be our last class. I think that's all, everyone. Those who have scanned your attendance, you may leave the session now and have a nice day. And then yang masih belum, let me share again the attendance. Thank you, everyone. Assalamualaikum and good day.
Thank you, Doctor.
Okay. Okay, baru sekarang ni, make sure you scan everyone.
Thank you, Doctor.
No worries. Okay.